We're on the Richardson Highway in the heart of the Alaska Range, surrounded by towering peaks and endless ice. Today, we're adventuring to a glacier ice cave while racing against a fast-dropping van battery.
This is going to be the first time in the winter we actually fully lose power.
If it dies, we will have no way to heat our van in the frigid Alaskan cold.
Time for a moment of truth. Do we have any power left?
The clock is ticking, the temperatures are dropping, and we're racing against time.
We're lost.
Well, we just got the dreaded knock. Join us as we continue our epic winter van life adventure.
We had a later start to our morning. If you watched our last video, we talked about how tired we've been on this adventure and how tired we've been getting. We got up quite later today than usual. Well, for a second there I thought we were going to have snow in our faces. It just blew up a bunch of snow. But yeah, we're here in the Delta Mountains. We're coming out for a little bit of what's left of sunrise. Doesn't look like we're gonna get much glow on the mountains, but it's still really beautiful and it's good to get outside. It's not as cold as yesterday, thankfully. But yeah, today we're gonna just hang around in the mountains for a little bit and go check out an ice cave and see what happens. The sky looks like cotton candy. I want cotton candy. So, our door's frozen, but we can't get in. So we have to use this door. We decided to come in and put the drone up, and we're gonna have some breakfast and get ready to go see the ice cave. There wasn't really many photo opportunities outside that stood out to me for people to be in them, so it just seemed like a better spot to put up the drone instead.
The Richardson Highway in winter is something straight out of a dream. The Alaska Range stands frozen in time, its jagged peaks wrapped in white, stretching far beyond what the eye can see. It feels like we've stepped into another world. One where nature is in full command, and we're just lucky enough to witness it. Winter van life isn't always easy. The cold seeps in, the roads can be unforgiving, and every mile is an adventure in itself. But moments like this, they make it all worth it. To wake up to these mountains, to drive through this winter wonderland. It's a reminder of why we chose this life, and honestly, we wouldn't trade it for anything.
Would you like some blueberries and oatmeal for breakfast?
Yeah, that sounds good.
We have a mouse in the house. Sounded like it was in the ceiling.
I hope not. It sounded like maybe down in the garage area.
I thought it was in the ceiling. I
No.
thought like something was falling on the roof of the van, and I was like, we're not parked under any trees for like snow to fall on us.
Maybe if we're lucky it was just a raven on the roof then. but I don't think so. I've been worried about this. I know in winter the rodents like to find warm places.
Well, lucky for us, the van hasn't been a warm place. I don't want a mouse.
Maybe he's cute.
Not so cute when it starts eating all of our wires and we lose power in the ceiling and we lose power in all. And speaking of power, what's our battery at right now?
I don't want to look.
Well, you're gonna have to look because we need to know what we're dealing with.
Oh no. Oh. 12%.
12%. That's not gonna last us the day.
For reference, we started yesterday with like 79%.
Mm-hmm. And I think we started today with like 18%.
Something like that.
And it's only been like an hour and a half, and we lost 5%.
Yay!
This is gonna be the first time in the winter we actually fully lose power.
That means we lose heat too.
Yeah,
Not ideal.
not ideal at all.
Future us will worry about that. For now, we're getting ready to go.
You mean future us once we get back from this hike?
Yeah, but present us is worrying about going to a really cool ice cave in a glacier.
Okay. You know that's not what I'm worrying about.
It'll be fun.
Just worried about having a mouse in here.
Yeah, that's really annoying. We're gonna have to deal with that.
Why don't you go outside, use the scraper, and hit some snow that's on the roof of the van, and I'll tell you if it sounds the same.
Okay.
Just have it like fall off.
Okay, I'll do that. There wasn't much snow up there.
Okay, so then it's not snow up there.
Yeah.
Don't you think we would have heard the mice more if there was some in here?
I think they just moved in very recently. I thought I heard something the other night. I didn't think it was, I just passed it off as like the ice in the water bottles creaking or something. But made me think, maybe it could be something, so I don't know. We'll have to go back there and deal with it when we find a place to have power and stuff.
So later today.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. Winter van life problem number 572.
It's a good number.
Got some hand warmers. In my experience, these take hours to actually heat up. I remember this from our tombstone fail. Well, it's time to go check out the glacier. It could be an hour hike, it could be an hour and a half, it could be half an hour, we don't know. But it'll be fun. There's a few other people actually here. I think it's the most other tourists we've seen since we've been in Alaska in the winter. We just passed by a guy who tried to go to the ice caves and he said he couldn't find it.
Yeah, we were wondering why it took him so long. He saw his car at the parking lot for a couple hours, and I was just talking about, I wonder, was he climbing a mountain or something? But apparently he was wandering around for a while just looking for it. So, really hoping we can find it. It's a really cool place.
So many years, too many tears on your pillow, on your pillow. Out of the darkness, a sound.
Well, we're lost. We're lost. We're gonna die out here. I better not do that. They're gonna hear me. Like all worried. We know the way back, but don't know where the ice caves are. I think we definitely got off trail. There's a lot of just like footprints that are like solo.
Yeah, kind of leading in weird directions. Like we think the ice cave should be off to the left, and it looked like the main footprints came off this way. Like we didn't see a place where the trail split really, but I think we missed it.
There are a lot of tracks out this way, right here where we are, so it does seem like a lot of people come the wrong way and realize they can't find it. But the tracks end up leading over there, and they loop around a little hump and right back down and around.
Yeah.
So, luckily for us, though, there's a guide on the trail who was just behind us, so we're gonna kind of
sneak
be
in
stealthy and watch where they go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel bad because we didn't pay for the tour, but whatever.
Whatever.
I mean, we're not getting all the information from him or, you know.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Stuff, so. But yeah, we hear their voices. We just gotta figure out where they went off to.
Hiking to Kastner Glacier was an adventure before we even got there. We forgot to download the All Trails map, so finding the way wasn't as straightforward as we thought. But honestly, getting a little lost wasn't the worst thing. The views along the way were incredible.
We found the ice cave.
It wasn't too bad. We would have found it anyway, but it definitely helped that we had some footsteps to follow from the group ahead of us. And it looks so different this time. I came here 2 years ago, something like that, and it's just completely different, but it's really beautiful. There's some frost on the ice, and it's blue, and there's some gold in the sediment. It's really pretty.
Stepping inside Kastner Glacier feels like stepping into a frozen cathedral. The walls shimmer in shades of blue, carved by time and melting water, creating tunnels and arches that look almost unreal.
We're gonna try to set up some lights and get some photos here. We're not sure if it's gonna work very well though, because it's still pretty bright outside. But we are on a bit of a time crunch since we're about to lose power in the van, and we don't know what's gonna happen when we lose power in the van, if it's gonna be really hard to get things to get going again.
So yeah, it would have been ideal to come here around sunset when it was like twilight and the light really catches the sediment and makes it look sparkle like gold. But we're gonna make the best out of the situation we can, and it's still really beautiful. We'll get good stuff no matter what.
Every year, melting and shifting ice reshapes the walls, carving new tunnels and formations while others disappear. Right now, it's a glowing blue wonderland, smooth ice walls, frozen ceilings, and delicate ice crystals hanging overhead. Stepping inside feels like witnessing a moment in time, knowing that next year, this place could look completely different.
We got some really cool photos here. We spent about an hour just taking pictures. Now my hands and my toes are very cold, so that's fun. The photos are probably gonna look a lot better than the little videos here, so keep an eye out on our Instagrams for the photos that we post from here.
When it's freezing outside, it's tempting to stay curled up in the warmth of the van, but the real magic happens when you step out and embrace the cold. The first few steps are always the hardest. Your breath hangs heavy in the air, and the wind bites at your face. But then, the world opens up. Snow-draped peaks, untouched landscapes, and the crisp silence of winter remind you why it's always worth it. Comfort is easy, but the real reward comes when you push past it and step into the wild.
We're back at the van. Now it's time for a moment of truth. Do we have any power left?
Yeah. Oh, I really hope so.
I don't see any steam.
Yeah, maybe the heater went off. I really hope not, but we'll see.
I'm feeling we're either right out or at like 3% battery.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it work.
I can hear the heater.
What's it at?
Yes.
7%.
That's 8.
Hey, that's not too bad. Not too good either. We're packing up really quickly because it's nice light now and we want to get to another place to get a shot ASAP. So this is speed mode.
Here's another episode of Will the Van Start?
We are on a roll right now, so hopefully we don't lose our streak. Gonna run the glow plugs twice again. Okay, here goes. Oof. For a second there, I was starting to worry, but we're good. So we're just continuing on. If we see anything else here before the sun fully sets, we'll stop and take some photos, but we may end up just heading on towards Glen Allen, where hopefully we can find somewhere to plug in. Because we need power pretty bad.
Otherwise we're going to be very cold tonight. Good thing we have our snowsuits and sleeping bags, and it's not supposed to get too cold tonight, so I don't think anyways.
Yeah, but you know, it's never what you want to see running out of power in the middle of winter in Alaska.
Yeah. We just stopped and took a couple of photos, and while we were taking some photos I heard some wolves howling off in the distance. They're pretty faint, but it was still cool to hear.
Definitely really a cool thing. You don't get to hear that very often.
Yeah, they're actually on our Alaska road trip bingo, but since we didn't actually get to see them, I guess it doesn't count. Can't check them off.
Close, but not quite.
Our van's batteries usually charge from solar or the alternator, but there's a problem. Since they're stored under our bed in the garage area, they get extremely cold, and lithium batteries can't charge unless they're above freezing. We use a heat lamp to keep them warm, but in these extreme Alaskan temperatures, sometimes that's not enough. The catch? We need power to heat the batteries so they can charge. That puts us in a tough spot. Our only option is to find a place to plug in. It's our last resort, but without power, we lose heat. And out here, that can get dangerous fast.
We have like an hour and a half drive ahead of us.
Yeah.
And it'll be dark this drive, so we don't like driving in the dark that much, but sometimes we have to.
Yeah, we really need to find power.
Yeah.
We're really hoping to find a plug-in Glen Allen. In these places where it gets really cold, they have plug-ins at like stores and libraries, stuff like that, oftentimes just for people to plug their cars in while they're running in. Just when it's extreme cold, they gotta keep their engine block heaters on, but I don't know, might be hard to find it. We might get the knock for spending the night in these places, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it is what it is. We are now in Glen Allen. We just listened to our story for the drive, and now we are looking for a place to potentially charge up. We'll check the library, and it doesn't look like there's anything there, but here at the gas station, there's actually a charging port outside, so we're just checking to see if it actually works and if this is an option for us. But I think I'm gonna go in and use the restroom and maybe get a snack because I'm feeling pretty snacky.
No plug there. I'll drive around a little bit and look, find a spot that has one.
Okay. Well, there were no plugs at the gas station, and there's nothing here at the library, but now Will is just walking down over there to see if there's anything, and if it's drivable or if we'll get stuck. He's gonna see if there's any power over there.
There's a legit road to a sports field, so it's actually I'm gonna drive instead. See what time it closes.
Probably closes at like 10.
I don't know, we can try it. Let's see, what's the whole left side trooper parking only?
No, I think it was just the last spot that was trooper. Well, we're plugged in, but we're probably not charging yet, so hopefully we'll start charging up soon and we can put the heat on and get nice and toasty in here, but we're gonna go in the IGA and see what's in there and if there's anything we need. Well, we grabbed a tomato and some cheese. That's all we needed. The food here is pretty spendy, not gonna lie. What did we see that was just like an outrageous price?
Eggs were
Eggs.
eight something.
Eight something for 12 eggs for a dozen. Like, that's crazy. So we just got what we needed, and now we're gonna make some dinner. We're just gonna warm up our pasta spaghetti carbonara that we made the other night. I'm excited to eat, and then hopefully the van starts charging, and hopefully we don't get a knock tonight.
We're parked across from the state troopers, so there's probably one out there right now patrolling, and when he comes back tonight, we'll see what kind of mood he's in, if he wants to come harass the poor vagabonds camping, or if we'll be able to get away with it. 3% says. I'm gonna come look back at the...
We went down 1%. We were at 4.
Oh no.
Now we're down
To 3. Should be like at least covering the draw right now, but it doesn't seem like it's even doing that, so I gotta go pull the mattress up and look at the charger, see what it looks like.
How is it warmed up?
Good. Muy delicioso.
It's still good.
Oh yeah.
We weren't sure how our spaghetti or fettuccine carbonara would turn out being warmed up because of the egg, but it turned out pretty good still. So what do you want to do this evening?
We got service here, so we can watch whatever we want. Either watch One Piece or Sheldor, probably, unless there's something else.
What do you prefer?
I don't know. Maybe One Piece, but I'm
Okay.
fine with either, whatever.
Me too. Well, we're gonna watch an episode of One Piece, eat our dinner, and probably head to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling tired?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. At least tomorrow we get to sleep in.
Yep.
Well, we just watched an episode of One Piece, and Will decided he wanted to open a bag of chips. Now, we got 4 bags of chips, like what, 4 days ago?
I don't know, something like
4 days ago. And Will said, because there was a good deal on them, it was like $2 each.
Instead of being like $5 each.
Yeah, instead of being $5 each. And it was something like that. And he was like, well, if we get 4 bags of chips, then you have to make sure that our chips last at least 2 weeks. So we each picked out our own bags, like 2 bags each, our own flavors. And I said, okay, I'll make the chips last 2 weeks. Now 4 days later, he decides he wants to open the second bag of chips, which means we're out of chips if we open these bags, and he's breaking the rules. So I said no. I put my foot down. And I said, nope, I'm making them last 2 weeks. And then he decided he still wanted snacks, so he asked if we could make some Rice Krispie treats.
Start up the stove. At least they're easy to make. Hopefully I don't burn them or anything. Alright, here we go. What?
You're already doing it wrong.
What?
You're doing it wrong.
What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to melt some butter first.
Oh! I thought they were a little easier than they actually are, but it's not far off. How much butter?
Let's see. Like half of that.
Okay. Okay, now we melt the butter. Ah.
Stir, 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 and do not stop.
Keep stirring all day. keep stirring to pass the time away. Keep stirring. I'm running out of things to say.
Rice Krispies ready.
Didn't take that long. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, maybe like 7 minutes.
Something like that. Not bad. Just enough Rice Krispies left for one more small batch. Oh.
And what's our battery at?
I wonder if it's charging now. Nope, not yet. Still 3%.
Well, at least it's still 3%.
Yeah, it doesn't go down when it's plugged in like this, but it needs to heat up back there so it can actually go up.
And now we're gonna have our Rice Krispie treat and watch another episode. And we'll see you in the morning. We'll let you know if we get the dreaded knock tonight.
I really hope not. I don't want to deal with the knock tonight.
Same.
Cheers.
What does he like?
He really likes rice bowls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 8:20 in the morning.
Morning.
Well, we just got the dreaded knock, but thankfully it's 8:30 in the morning. So
Yeah, they were really nice about it too. We probably should have gotten up and just been on our way earlier,
8.
but we've been really tired, and so we were trying to get a little extra sleep, but it's all good.
But now it's we just packed up a little bit, and now we're gonna head on to the library and get a little bit of work done before we continue on our way. It's been an eventful 24 hours.
Yeah, but I'm so glad it charged up last night. We got up to 87%, so pretty good, pretty close to charge. That's really awesome.
We didn't fully lose power, which is good.
Yep.
But we're pretty close.
And so the adventure continues. We're powered up and we're ready to go.
Some mornings don't start the way we expect, and not every day on the road goes as planned, but that's just part of the journey. After a quiet day working at the library, we hit the road again, chasing the last light of day. We found the perfect road spot just in time to get a few photos. Golden hues stretching across the expanse of Wrangell Mountains, ending the day in a place that reminded us of why we love this journey. Because no matter where we end up, there's always beauty to be found.